Today we're going to be diving into an app we just found that can help drivers make more money and help us to drive less miles. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Tyler from the RideShare Guy. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about this app that helps you to eliminate miles altogether and get the route a lot faster and ultimately make even more money as a driver. So let's get started. The app is Zoepf Route Planner, and it's as simple as it sounds. It's a route planner that helps you to figure out the best route to get from point A to point B with all of the stops in between. It also does a lot of other things. It has a lot of functionality when it comes to delivering things like telling it'll keep track of the exact time that you delivered something, as well as a lot of other things that are probably going to be unnecessary for drivers such as Uber Eats drivers and Instacart drivers and Doordash and things like that. But it's going to be a lot of help with a lot of other things. So let's first dive into the app itself, take a look at it, and then we'll discuss some ways that it'll actually help us as drivers to be able to make more money right now. So you see the app here in the App Store. It's Zoepf Route Planner. Very simple to find. You just type that in and it pops up. Very first thing, even if you just type in Zoepf, it'll pop up. I've already got it downloaded, so just click open, but you can download it. This is the first screen. No matter what, if you've done a ride in the past, it will always pop up with that last one. If you look at the history, I've deleted everything out of my history, but the last ride, it continues to come up, which is not a big deal. You just click done, and you want to start a new route, whatever the case may be. So you get started, just click new route. The start location, the end location you're going to pick. A lot of times you're going to pick the start location as wherever you're starting to pick up, whether that's from a facility or the address of a restaurant or a grocery store you're picking up. And the end location will be typically your home address, especially if you're driving for Instacart, Uber, Amazon Flex. You're going to want to change my start and end locations are the same, unless you want to use it while you're delivering all day, and you just keep that track, because you can actually add routes as you're going along. So if you want to have your home address to be the start and end location for the day, then you can absolutely do that. Then just continue to add stops along the way. So you're going to go in here, add stop, and just put in some random numbers until something pops up. All right, so as you can see, I added quite a few just random stops. These addresses, I have no idea what they are. They just popped up. I put some random numbers in and they popped up. So once you have those in, though, you hit save and optimize. And it will optimize the route so that you start. All right, so as you can see, it breaks it down, whatever the fastest route is. So you can just make that the next stop. Navigate, and it will take you directly to whatever your navigation of choice is. Mine is Waze, but you can also add Google Maps or whatever you want to use as the one that you're going to do. So a lot of functionality. It's still some issues with it every so often, but for the most part, it works really well. It works really well, especially if you have real addresses and not just some fake ones you put in there, because I think it confused it going all over the place. But when you're using real addresses that are nearby, it works really well. I've used it a couple of times. So what are some ways that you can use it that will help you to make more money or ultimately save more money as you're out driving? Well, the first is it's mainly for courier drivers and delivery drivers, especially those kind of like Amazon Flex. They've got a whole bunch of deliveries that they've got to do. So they've got these different routes that they're going to do this block, and it's got 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, however many packages they've got to deliver. So you can upload all of those addresses, and it'll give you the quickest route. Hopefully you're able to also put your home address as the last one, so that not only is it giving you the fastest route, but it gives you the fastest route that gets you home at the end of the day the soonest. And with those, you make the same amount of money whether it takes you 2 hours or 4 hours. So ultimately we'd like it to be the 2 hours to make even more money per hour. It also will cut down on how far you're driving, so it'll give you less miles. So that's ultimately, things like that are the goal of what it's going to be used for, and those people have been able to use it. You can see the reviews. A lot of people have really appreciated it. I've actually been able to use this to basically track exactly the quickest route to make some quick stops around, some chores and see what the quickest route is. Just playing with it, to see how it works. But you can just plug in a couple addresses and it'll tell you, stop at this one first, second, and then you can navigate using the Waze app or Google or Apple or whatever app you want to use to navigate. So great service that way. But what about Uber Eats drivers, Instacart drivers, Doordash, whatever you're doing? How can this help you to make even more money using this? Well, unfortunately, Uber Eats, Instacart, DoorDash, all of those do the same thing, which is if you have a batch of two with Instacart or you have a double order with Uber Eats, you're going to be told exactly which one it is that has to be first. So you don't have a choice in the matter. You don't get both addresses, and you have to pick which one to go first. Uber's app does it all for you, so you know which one to go. So you can't really plug it in to figure out which one's going to be faster. But as drivers, we're out there trying to make as much money as possible, so we're using more than one app at a time. So for instance, say you're using the app and you're doing Uber Eats as well as DoorDash or Grubhub, and you get a delivery from the same restaurant for both apps, or a restaurant nearby. You pick up the app, you pick up the restaurant, and then you can plug both addresses in to tell you which one is going to be the best route to get that, and then possibly you could put the end or the finish of the route to be an area that's going to have the best restaurants, or another grocery store if you're doing Instacart, to help you be in an area that's going to help you make the most money as fast as possible. That way you're not driving further out, then you got to drive back. So that can be one way that it helps you to make money. You also, I like to do Instacart, and I've done a few times where I've done Instacart and Uber Eats at the same time. Typically with Instacart, you have a little bit more time and wiggle room about the delivery. So you're able to get the Uber Eats order and then deliver that kind of in between the Instacart deliveries. So you can actually get a Uber Eats on the way to an Instacart. You can plug the addresses in. Unfortunately, there's no way to automatically connect to those yet. That may be something they do in the future. I don't know. You can manually enter those in, and it'll keep track of it and help you figure out which is the best route to get. Again, ultimately, if you want to be home after this route, or if you want to be closer to a place that helps you to make more money. So an app that we definitely recommend using. Try it out, try a couple different things and see what works best for you. Let us know what you think if you've used the app. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. We read every single one. Please give us a thumbs up for this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. And stay safe out there, everyone.